Hello, folks. This is Tom Martin. This is my lottery strategy game, Decoding the Powerball guessing game. I'm updating my numbers for the drawing on January 28th, 2023. If you'd like to support my game, Decoding the Powerball, then please go to my Patreon page at www.patreon.com/Decoding the Powerball. Thank you, and please subscribe. Okay, so if you've never seen my videos before, the object of my game is for you to correctly eliminate groups of numbers. There are 69 white ball numbers in the Powerball lottery. Only 5 numbers can come up as winners, so that means 64 numbers can't come up at all. So for me, I think it should be easier to pick the numbers that won't be coming up than the 5 that actually do. Okay, so for this video, I'm updating and picking from what I call my second group of numbers, Powerball number 2. Okay, so before I get there, again, if you've never seen my videos before, what you're looking at here is what I call the game card. This is where I try to reduce the numbers or eliminate the numbers and try to get it down to the 5 correct winning Powerball numbers. Okay, so usually this game card is covered up in colored numbers like this, and I've been reducing these and I'm still at it. Okay, so let's start off with the 5 correct winning Powerball numbers. And they were the 9, 17, 20, 38, and 40. Okay, so I have this group 4, group 6, group 8, and group 10. So let me just go over this group 4 real quick. Okay, so again, the winning Powerball numbers were the 9, 17. So it was 2 in red. Then the 20, so there's 1 in blue. And then it was the 38, 40 for 2 in orange. Okay, so there's no winning Powerball numbers in the green area. And this is the strategy. You want to try to correctly guess where the 0 is going to be. Now in the last drawing, if I could have correctly guessed that none of these green numbers were going to come up, I could have eliminated those numbers off of my game card and gave myself a much better chance at getting the 5 correct winning Powerball numbers correct. Okay, so again, I have already gone through these so you can see my past videos, and now I'm going to go to Powerball number 2, 8B. This is where I left off, and what I'm trying to do here is again try to correctly guess where the 0 is going to be. Okay, so I got 4, 5, and 6. And the reason why I only have 3 option cards here is so I could have an overview like this. So here you can see this was a 3-0, and that means that in the blue area there was a hit in all 3 option cards. So for this option card here, here's the hit, and it was the 40. Option card number 2, there was a hit in the blue, and it was the 17. And the third option card, there was 2 hits in the blue, the 20 and the 38. Okay, so as I look at this, I'm looking to see like a streak of red. Okay, so what does this red mean? It means that 2 out of the 3 option cards had a hit to it. So if the majority was hits, I colored the background red. And if the majority was misses like this, I colored the background blue just to give me some separation. Okay, so again, when I see a streak of red like this, well, eventually it's going to turn blue. So I really don't see anything that really sticks out to me. So I'm going to go to each one of these. So this is the best one to pick from, okay? And what I mean by that is that I have 2 numbers here, and I usually keep track of 3, and then I put a color to it. So here with the original Powerball, when I go to this group 6, you can see that I only have 1 number here. And then with Powerball number 3, I have no numbers here. Okay, so basically what I did, let me go back to the game card here. Let me go, basically what I did is I like started at the 18 for the original Powerball. and kept track of the stats like that. And then Powerball number 2, I kept track of the stats starting from this one. And then Powerball number 3, I started from this one. Okay, so this gives me different perspectives of things. Okay, so right now with this drawing, this is in the best perspective. It has 2 hits. One more hit, I'm going to be putting a color to it. Is it going to be blue or is it going to be red? Okay, or is it going to be dark red or is it going to be light blue? Okay, so what does that mean? If this was a 000, I'm going to color it dark blue. If a 1 or a 2 or a 3 comes up, I'm going to be coloring it a light blue because there's only 2 zeros to 1 hit. Same thing with the hits. If there's 3 hits, I'm going to color it dark red. And if there's only 2 hits, I'm going to color it light red. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at here. What am I going to be coloring this thing? Okay, so I like to keep track of the 000s and the triple hits. And so far you can see a couple of zeros do come up, but over here in the hits, it's been pretty steady. So what do I have for a hit? I got a blue, a triple hit, the blue and the brown. So let's take a look at this blue for a second. I got the 6, 16, 24, 34, 40, 43, 50, 58, 69. So if that comes up, I believe that one of these blue numbers are going to come up. So let's see if I have that on a game card. 6, 16, 24, 34. And then the 40, 43, 50, 58, 69. And you can see I have the 69. Okay, so if that's correct, then it's the only number I have on there is, well, actually I have the 50 and the 69. Okay, so that's one way of looking at things, all right? But my main goal is to eliminate numbers. And looking at this one, the only one that really stands out is this purple. Now, I don't really like it because I think more odd numbers are going to come up than even. And you can see that all these purple numbers represent odd numbers. Okay, so I really don't like that, and I'm just going to move on to the next one. Okay, so here, what do I have for a 000 or a triple hit? I got the orange in the gray, and I got the green in the purple. Okay, so one thing that kind of stands out to me is the red. Maybe this will have a hit, like a 1 or a 2 or a 3 or whatever. So let's see if I have any red numbers here. I got the 1, 16, 24. Here's that 50 again. Okay, so that's twice that 50 has popped up. I'm going to move on to the next one. And what do I have for a 000 or a triple hit? I got the green, purple, or I had the blue, orange, gray for a triple hit. Now over here, this tells me what's been hot either on the left side or the right side. Okay, so this is why I have an even number of things, so I could have a majority of whether it's been on the left side or right side. Okay, so if the majority has been on the left side, I color this 3 red. Okay, so you can see that there was 3 hits. I got 2, 2, and 1 for 3 hits out of the 8 color groups, and the majority was on the left side. So looking at that, you can see that the majority has been on the left side an awful lot. So maybe the majority will be on the green side. And what do I have? I have the gray that looks like a triple hit. Do I have anything left? I got the 312, 26, 34, 40, 49. And I got nothing there. Okay, so I don't really like this one either, so I'm going to be moving on. Again, this is the overview of things, so I'm going to go to Group 8. Group 8C. So I got A, B, and C. So this would go from 1 through 9, but again, I broke this up in the threes, basically. Okay, so let's see what the overview is of 7, 8, and 9. Again, I'm looking for big red streaks like this because I know what's hot will eventually become cold. And I'm also looking for a 0-3 that hasn't come up in a while. And you can see that all of these have, they're pretty close to the top. The only one that kind of really stands out is this orange. So let's take a look at the orange areas. Again, I'm looking for a 0 here. So over here, you can see that all this green, this streak of green, that means it's been really hot over here to the right side. Now another thing too is the only one that could have a 000 is this purple here. And I'm going to go for that. Okay, so I'm going to mark it blue, which means I don't believe that any winning Powerball numbers will be in the purple area. Now if I were to mark it red, like maybe this yellow, that means I believe that a winning Powerball number will be in the yellow. Okay, so let's get rid of these purple numbers, and they run from the 6 to the 32 like a crescent moon. And I know that there's no Powerball numbers left in here. So 6 to the 32, and the only thing that's here is the 23. So I'll get rid of that. Okay, so that brings me down to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers left. I want to get down to 5. Okay, so moving on. Here again, the only 000 I could have is in the blue. And I'm going to go for that. So the reason why I marked this like that is because when I'm updating it, I can see, oh, did I make the correct pick, or is this where I went wrong? And that's why I didn't win the Powerball jackpot. Okay, so let's go back to the game card. I'm looking for the 23 to the 26. And that gets rid of the 33. So hopefully that 33 does not come up. Okay, so that's all I got for this one. No, I got one more. Sorry about that. Okay, so over here, this tells me how many blue marks I had. So you see I had 1, 2, 3, 4 blue marks. 4, 3, 3, 5, so far I only have one blue mark here. Usually there's a minimum of 3. So my options are as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, I could only have one 000, and that's the purple. I think I'm going to take that purple and get rid of that 25. Okay, so now I'm down to 5, 6, 7 numbers. And I kind of like that 50, and I kind of like the 69. So I need to get rid of one more number. Okay, so I have this group 10 here. And again, this is the most ideal because I'm looking for triple zeros here. There's usually at least one of them. So what do I have? I have the orange and I have the purple to be a triple zero. Let's take a look at this orange, the 22, 29, 30. Is that still in play? The 29, yeah. The only thing I don't like about that is I think there's going to be more odd numbers than even numbers. So if I got rid of these, it would be the 4, 28, 50. So the majority would be even numbers, so I don't want that. So I'm going to go back, take a look, and I also have this purple. This purple doesn't help me at all because I know that none of these numbers are here. So moving on. Again, what do I have for triple zeros? I got the red, and that's it. I know that there's no numbers here already, so that doesn't help me out. Okay, so moving on to number 3. How many triple zero opportunities do I have? Just the one, the light blue. And none of those numbers are in play. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the overview of all 3 option cards. And I'm looking for the 03 that hasn't come up in a while. And the one that stands out here is the green. And that's about it. So I'm going to pick this green. So what that means, I'm going to go back through all 3 option cards, and I'm just looking for the green areas. Okay, so the first one is the 69. So I think I'll get rid of that 69. Okay, so that brings me down to 6 numbers. I need to get down to 5, and I really like that 50. So let's go back. Option card number 2 in the green area. I got the 313, 717, 4151, and the 35. And nothing is there. Okay, so moving on. Option card number 3 in the green area. $14, $23, $31. I'm pretty sure all those numbers are gone. They are. Okay, so now I'm moving on to Powerball number 3, again where I have no numbers at the top. And I'm going to go to 3A here. I'm going to go right to the overview. And look for that 03 that hasn't come up in a while. Okay, so here one in orange. And this light blue. So I like the light blue. So I'm going to go to all 3 option cards for the light blue area and eliminate those numbers. Oh, here's the 22 in the 50. I don't like that at all. Excuse me, I don't like that one. I like this pink though. Let's check out the pink. Sorry, just got something in my throat. Okay, so the 110, 20, 28, 29. So that's too much. That would knock it down to 4 numbers. So here's the 13, 21, 28. Again, now knock it down to 4 numbers. I got the 20 here. The 20 is already gone. Okay, so that didn't work out too good. So let's go to group 3B. It's kind of the same thing. I got 3 auction cards. So here's the overview. I'm looking for 03. That hasn't come up in a while. There we go with the pink again. It's way down here. So let's go with this pink. So I got the 13, 22, 30. And that's it. I'm going to go with that 30. Okay, so that would bring me down to 5 numbers. I'm going to go with the 4, the 21, the 28, the 29, and the 50. The Powerball number I talked about earlier, and I'm going to go with the 22. Okay, folks, so that's how I use my game. And again, I'm going to go with the 4, 21, 28, 29, 50, Powerball 22. And I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that those numbers come up. Or at least a couple of them anyways. Alright, so I appreciate you watching, and I want to wish you the best of luck with your picks.